Hey everybody, Steven here, playing Subnautica Below Zero, and today I'm going to be looking at one of the new kind of precursor bounties or caches that the developers put in game. Found out about this through a comment and then watched the video from IGP, and in that one he talks about this, and I really wanted to discuss something that he said that kind of hit home, which was that this really looks like a warper and from the first game, which the architects, I guess is their name now, but the precursors, the architects, constructed those, at least from what I've been reading and stuff like that, kind of like, to me, is like bodyguards almost, like, they help them out, right? But I did want to read something from the fandom site here, just while we're kind of looking at this, which is, I'll put a link for this as well. I mean, anybody can go look at this. There we go. It says, prior to being uploaded to data hubs, and this is talking about the architects, members of the architects were non-bipedal. Whether this refers to a quadrupedal mode of movement or another kind of movement is yet to be seen. That has 4 limbs. So if we walk bipedal, humans do, meaning we walk on 2 limbs. If you have a dog or a cat, that is quadrupedal, all 4. Babies crawl quadrupedal, right? So with this, it has 4 limbs. I'm assuming it's referring to that, right? What I'm more interested in is whether it moves contralaterally or ipsilaterally. Contralaterally is when opposite limbs move together, which is how your cat or your dog moves. Ipsilateral is when the same side limbs move together. And really the only instance or reference that I have for that is a camel. A camel walks ipsilaterally. It could be that, or, I mean, the 2 front limbs could move first and then the back limbs. I don't know. But it says, these were non-bipedal and were approximately 50% larger than the average human, putting them around 9 feet tall by today's figures. They were also seemingly able to transfer consciousness through multiple bodies without any ill effects. According to Allen, his kind are able to see beyond the physical realm, but are not above it. Architects were most likely composed of both organic and mechanical parts, given that they were infected by the Kara, and that bacterium was uploaded to their core worlds. I would really love to see us, after this, explore that too, like to go to different worlds of theirs. That would be really, really cool. The terms seed used in their description could refer to an organic seed, or possibly one inside a computer. Allen claims that my kind navigates space-time in conjunction with biomechanical vessels, altered and evolved over time to serve our needs, which implies that the architects were biomechanical in nature and had actually augmented their species to suit their needs, with bodies being easily replaceable, which is one of the things that we know they're going to be doing in game, is really just trying to reconstruct his body, right? Give him a new body. They are known to have had an extremely long lifespan, as evidenced in a databank entry by the mention of a 96-year-old architect being considered very young. The same individual was near 700 Earth years old, born 1708 Earth years ago, when its body became infected after the Kara outbreak and the consciousness was stored in a data hub. It is unknown if this lifespan is naturally long or augmented, like Paul Torgles, who had expected to live to the age of 160. Most likely it is a combination of the 2. So, that, like, this to me obviously is a statue of what they would look like. The warpers being part of the species that they found at the crater, which is like the area of the first game. I'm assuming also being somewhat reflective of their look as well, the architects there. But it has the 4 little points here. Those to me just kind of look like they're housing this thing, and then that is it in the middle. It looks really cool though. It does kind of remind me of like a statue I would see in the movie Beetlejuice, for anybody that is old enough to remember that movie. Definitely has the vibe of the mom that was putting up all the weird statues. And let's ghost in here. Oh, no, don't steal it. And that doesn't actually have anything on it. Goes back in really quick. So if we look at this, gain rewards by scanning, it just doesn't have anything in it just yet. But yeah, that thing looks pretty awesome. So that is it, everybody. I want to hear your thoughts on this, what you think, what it means. I mean, it could be one of those things where people are like, well, I don't think that this is what they look like, or it's a statue of them at all. Maybe it's a statue of something else. I mean, anything that you think. I just want to kind of get the ball rolling on some dialogue with these, because we're scanning a bunch of other tech from them, right? Those are all the precursor bounties, but definitely leads me to believe that this is somewhat reflective of how they would look. But that is it. I'm going to do a video of a lot of the different changes that they've done for the intro here the next day, just because they've changed the wake up sequence and a couple other things that I think are pretty interesting. So that is it. If you liked the video, hit the like button for me. If you want to continue to follow along with all of my content, hit the subscribe button for me. Thanks so much for watching.